Well, hello, good morning, good afternoon, sorry. I'm running a bit late today. As you can see, I decided to change my venue. Upstairs is getting too claustrophobic after 14 days sitting in a confined space. I'm going slightly crazy, so now I'm sitting on my front porch, and hence the beautiful view behind me, the birds chirping, the forest, etc., etc. So one of the questions I'm often asked is on predestination. So predestination is an interesting question, and the question is, if it is predestination and God knew who was going to get saved, why would I bother evangelizing? Why would I bother sharing the gospel with the lost? It makes no point, right? Because so and so is going to get saved whether I do anything or not, because it's predestined that they will get saved, right? So, with this in mind, the question is, why do we bother? The reason we bother to lead people to the Lord is because it's an instruction. It's not an instruction that comes with an explanation, it's just a straightforward instruction. Now, anybody who's ever been in the military understands you get an instruction, you just do it. You don't ask why, you don't question the instruction, you just do it. Now, John chapter 2, Mary says to the servants, do exactly as he says. Nothing more, nothing less. Don't change anything. Don't alter anything. Don't ask questions. Just do exactly as you're told. And modern day people really struggle with that. They really do, and they find all reasons to find out why. Why should I do this? What's the motivation? What's the explanation? It makes no difference. Christ said, go make disciples of all the nations. He didn't say go make disciples of all the nations because. He didn't explain why. He just said go. It's an instruction. This is where most people fall down. We have a brain, use it. I absolutely agree. However, when you're given a clear instruction, don't ask questions, just do it. If you ask questions, your miracle will never happen. If you need explanation, your miracle is not going to happen. You see, faith is not based on understanding, it's not based on questions being answered, it's not based on all your questions. Your faith is based simply on an instruction that God's given, and you obey. You listen, you word. I'm saying God, I'm not saying man. I'm not saying do what man says, I'm saying do what God says. God said go and evangelize. We do it. We don't ask questions. If God says fill those stupid clay pots to the brim and they've got dirty water, you do it. You do exactly what God says without question. If you have to ask questions and get explanations and understanding, you're not operating in faith, you're operating in cooperation. Faith is not cooperation. Faith is obedience. Let me say that again. Faith is obedience, not cooperation. If you have to ask questions to understand why, then you're not operating in faith and you won't get your miracle. When you're operating under authority, you do as you're told without question or understanding of the question. I get this is dangerous when you're operating under authority of man. And I'm not saying operate under authority of man. I'm saying operate under God. When God's giving you a clear instruction, just do as you're told without question. Now, people take this and they say, well, if man told you to do something, you would do that. And that's where we get into a cult. That's where the problems arise with cults. I'm talking about Jesus Christ giving us an instruction in the Bible. I'm not talking about your pastor, your priest, your whatever you want to call the dude in charge. That I'm not talking about. The reason we operate and evangelize people despite predestination is because God told us to. Now, on predestination, it's a very complex subject. It's not a subject I'm going to go into right now. It's a complex subject. It's not open and shut. It's not black and white. Predestination is a subject that I need to spend time explaining and going through, and I'm not going to do it right now. I just want to answer the one question that I received this morning. Why do we bother to evangelize if there's predestination? It's a valid question. It's a very, very valid question, but it's a question that it lends itself to the fact that we do it because we're told to do it. What better time to evangelize than right now? We're all stuck at home. We're meeting our neighbors, we're meeting our friends, we're meeting all these people. Go and evangelize. Go win the lost. This is the perfect time for you to get out there and do it. I want you to be blessed. I want you to be prosperous and be obedient to God, not to man, without question. There's the clarification. You be obedient to God without question. Man, question as much as you need to. Be blessed.